Hello, good day. Welcome back to Social Media TV. And this is the 49 Unbeaten podcast where we discuss football, generally anything important or within the media. We discuss now. Today we have our usual guest with us, Nico. We're basically going to discuss, the Premier League 10 games in and a very interesting ride so far. The likes of Arsenal still top the table. Liverpool, they surprised Man City over the weekend, and Tottenham keep pace within the top three. So those are the topics tonight. So let's get into it. I'll introduce Nico to the stream now.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah. So night, Nico. So our first topic, Arsenal. They beat Leeds United 1-0, right? And an interesting game, a game I knew would be difficult, but they eventually got the win. Apostle James. Well gone, Apostle. Everything good? Yeah. So Arsenal beating Leeds United 1-0. It was a difficult game for them, probably their worst game for the season so far. A game of two halves. Um, but they eventually got away with a win. It was a very exciting. Okay, so Barker is here with us as well. He's late, but better late than never. It was a very exciting.
Manners, manners.
Even
Okay, so
Barker,
Barker
what man?
is here with us as well. Even,
Barker,
better
you're,
late than
you're
never.
playing the video in the
That's
background.
very
Close it,
exciting.
close the YouTube app or the tab.
Manners,
Oh
manners.
yeah,
Even Barker is here with us as well. Even.
Barker.
sorry about
Yeah,
that.
so Barker. So we will cover the Arsenal. They make them the leader at the top of the table. Tottenham keeping pace with the top three, and also Liverpool. They quote unquote surprise Man City over the weekend. I also surprised because the clean sheet. That game is a game that can go anywhere at all times. But with all the injuries and all of that, to me it was a surprise based on the scoreline. But before we get to that, we'll start with the Arsenal game. So Arsenal, they basically scraped over the weekend. It's the first game I can say them to look uncomfortable for most of the game. It's their worst game so far this season. Can I call it their worst game even though they win and they lose to Man U? Yes, I think it's their worst game based on performance. But them get the win nonetheless. And last season, a season before that, Arsenal probably lose 2-1, 3-1 in a game like this. But starting you, Nico, what you feel this win? What you think about Arsenal now? 10 games in, 27 points, their best ever start in over 100 years. Are you convinced as it that they can keep pace with Man City? I don't know why I'm saying keep pace when they're the one leading, though, but
Them
the
are
general,
so far. Them
yeah,
are do them best, and them are win games. So if them can continue, then them can carry it on. So just them to continue do what them are do. Martinelli, him active, Saka active as well. Jesus him now give up. I guess him have a point to prove. So as long as them keep doing what them are do, yeah, I have nothing bad to say. The greatest thing them could have do is just win the game against Leeds, even though they never have a good game. Them win, and that's all that matters.
yeah. So, Barker, what do you think? You think, can we know you're a City fan. Do you think no Arsenal is going to compete with Manchester City for the remainder of the season, or it's just for the moment? City will eventually just break away and run away with the league. What do you think? No, based off 10 games so far, what do you think of this Arsenal? No, we have seen them play good and we have seen them play bad, but them still get a result on both ends. What do you think about Arsenal now?
All right. I say probably from the top of the 4 3 games that Arsenal looking good, looking like them more content, right? And
Yeah,
I believe that it won't be a runaway this season. as the past seasons has gone with Manchester City or with any other team. Arsenal come for play ball and them been a play ball. You know, football around, so they might have a bad game here and there, but as you say, season ago, 2 seasons ago, Arsenal lose that game here with them win weekend. So
Mhm.
them look like them look like title contenders to me, definitely, and you can't write them off. I don't think Manchester City will take them lightly, and I, I see them there at the end of the season. I see them there at the end of the season.
All right. All right. So what the thing most people, you know, them say Arsenal is based off of the first 11. They don't really have much on the bench, so them squad is not deep. So if a Saka, a Martinelli, um, a Gabriel Jesus, a Saliba, a Party, me and Party already. If one of these guys or two of these guys get injured, then that may be it for the season because they don't have an adequate backup for all of these players. The bench players are just not good enough to fit in. For example, a City, they can miss a one or two player and you don't miss it on the pitch. But most are saying Arsenal, they are looking good now, but what if? What are your take on that, back?
Um, they do need reinforcement because in a lot of positions they can't compete with City. Like or City can like change on them all 11 and still have a decent team. But they do need backup players, especially for Party, being that him have a look run where him always get injured. So I believe that they need a backup for him, and I think they need a backup for one of the wingers as well, where say Saka might drop from later down in the season or Martinelli. He will play good, but him not produce when he's supposed to produce, and that might hinder them in the long run versus a Manchester City or even a Liverpool who have players that can fill in the attacking roles and have players to supplement in the middle of the park. So I think that might catch up with them. So maybe in the January transfer market they might can step up and take 2 players off of the market.
All right, so Nico, we know you're a Liverpool fan, and we've seen where your team have gone through a very bad patch, especially with the injuries and the results for match it. Do you think Arsenal, if they lose a one or two player, that will be it for them for the season?
I mean, any team where a contender don't need backup players. Smith Rowe, him been
He's
a do
injured.
good.
He's not fit right now. Smith injured.
Him still injured.
Yeah.
Him get forced out of the team as well. That's why I explained that.
Mm-hmm.
Not having players at hand, but still being able to rotate what you have and get them into the game can play a part. Arsenal haven't been doing that. Them work with the starting 11 that they have. Yeah, them are gonna have problem if them lose one or two of them and or if them drop farm. Whoever fill in, we're not sure. So as Barker said, only the January window can tell what will happen and how serious Arsenal is with contending for the league.
Okay, so the reason why I'm asking this, as I say, I've watched a lot of podcasts and other channels, and this is one of the main topics, especially from the rivals, or the daughters, I would say. So, what you want to ask a question, right? City right now, they are 100%, right? Most of the players are fit, right? Waka?
Yeah, we are listening.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
nobody asked. All right,
Yeah,
so
at least
City right
we hear
now,
the
most of them players them fit, and we have seen where they have dropped points in 3 games. So to me, that
yes.
I do understand the depth, the squad depth, and the difference, and I totally understand that Arsenal need reinforcement. But this can happen to any other these teams chasing the top four or the title. And City right now they're 100% and they have dropped points in 3 games. And in two of these 3 games, Arsenal have played those teams and won that game. So I think it's a valid point, but at the end of the day, I think this can hunt any of these teams. because even with a full team, City have dropped points in 3 different games. So what if they lose a De Bruyne, a Bernardo Silva, a Foden, a Haaland? They will
Yeah, but you
experience the
can't
same thing.
compare. All right,
Mhm.
you can't come. City losing a De Bruyne doesn't really affect City. We have seen that past season, so you can't really put Arsenal there with City. I mean, with the same with Liverpool.
Mhm.
One of the strongest points with Liverpool, it was having Mane and Salah. Them two players, them don't injured. So even when them are under, them always around. We're not sure who are always there on for Arsenal to
No,
say, yo.
no, I
So,
totally understand that with the board
and
squad.
apart the season still early.
Yeah, it's
Them
still
are
early
play.
as well. Pastor James just said.
We have to work with what we're seeing. We can't discourage or take
Yeah,
anything from
yeah,
Arsenal.
we not hope so nobody get injured. That's just the
So,
point.
and we're not hope either, but we're
Yeah,
talking about, and if you look, everybody are injured. So,
yeah, yeah. It's,
a couple
the
man
injury
well
crisis.
out of
It
them World
start.
Cup spot already. The player
Yeah,
them
it
under
slowly
pressure,
start already. The injury them. You can see that quick.
isn't it?
Apostle
It,
James
it,
with a long and grueling season. It's too early to call. Yeah, totally understand. But as I said, what my point is really right. Most are saying Arsenal are using practically the same 11, and what if one or two,
Most winning teams do that.
and
So most
that's what I
winning
mean.
teams stick to
Because
them
even
best 11.
in club, this is why him find it difficult to put on the bench. He prefers to play the same 11 most of the times, and we have seen him play a whole season with the same 11 basically. So the aim is to try to keep that team fit, and we know that most of the time it's not possible for the
Yeah,
likes of
people are going in. So
people
at
to
the
get
end
injured.
of the day,
But,
is just
no, the point is right. At the moment, City is 100% based on them squad, and they have dropped points in 3 games. So I don't think pointing to Arsenal and what can affect them with injury.
I remember. All right, look
So
on
for
this.
Arsenal, I think
City
we can
dropped
say
points
anything.
early last season too, as well. City dropped points early the season before, so you can't say that. Liverpool was 14 points behind January at the end of
Mhm.
the day.
Yeah,
Can
that's always been a
Arsenal?
track record.
Can you put Arsenal in the category of these two at the end of the day? So you can't say City lose points. City always drop them
Let's say,
points early.
Nikhil Wagwan. Yeah, no, I know that City they always carry this. Them always have a good run throughout the season. Basically, when them do drop points, it's here and there. I totally understand, but I'm speaking about the point of getting injured and not getting injured. At the moment, the City have not gotten a big injury and they are dropping points. And I'm saying, if you're going to point to Arsenal and injury affecting them, I think injury can affect any of these top teams. Because even when they're 100, they're still dropping points. So just imagine losing some of the important
Yeah,
players from Arsenal.
because at the end of the day, them not going to win every game. There are games
Yes.
where they
That
will
is
get comfortable.
that is true. That is true. Um, so question. I don't know if you guys watch Arsenal game though, but what do you think made the difference in that game? Why they were so poor in the second half? Because they played good in the first half. They could have been 2-0 up. Gabriel got a chance again and he never scored. Um, he doesn't look 100%. I don't know why. I don't know if for the 1 week off, but he never look 100%. He's basically trying his best not to be in goal scoring places. I don't know why. Like him the far off the pace to me, Gabriel Jesus at the moment. But one I think of the difference though is it that Leeds found a way to, you know,
I mean, all right.
off them game.
The fact that watch the
Probably admit our Arsenal a bit tired. You know, they play Tottenham, they play Liverpool, and they went away to Bordeaux in Norway on a artificial pitch or something like that. So you know the travel between that. Do you think it's a case of in the past 2 weeks, it's a little bit, they're getting leggy in a way, or it's just Leeds and being at home they're that strong, and that's why they give Arsenal a problem. What do you think?
don't go first back up.
Yeah. For the game, I never watched it. I watched. I caught the highlights, and
Mm,
what I can say is that what I can say is add to the point where I make about them being tired, and
mm,
just add being that Leeds. play one way and is press. And with a
Yeah.
combination of both of those things, Arsenal having to travel, playing on the artificial turf, then playing Tottenham and before that, I believe that all that just catch them. And Leeds being who they are, playing that press ball game. Arsenal just I guess them did the kind of flat. As I said, them get it early, where them could have finished the game, have them 2 love down or so. But they survived and the game ended up looking like how it looked, which is similar to what happened in the Manchester United game, which Arsenal lost. So I think that's what I saw through the highlights still. And I said, oh, them kind of look flat in the first half, but then them come back. Because maybe them just regroup and just I think they make like 2 change and that kind of spoke up the game a little bit.
I mean, you compare it to the Man United game, and honestly, I don't think Man United had us that uncomfortable that bad. I think Man United got a couple of opportunities. I think after they went up 3-1, the eventually game opened, they were got more chances. But I think Leeds United basically run us off for the park in the second half. I don't see no other team do that to us this season.
Yeah, it was a
Honestly,
pound for pound. It was a
it's
punch for
kind
blow,
of
blow for
weird.
blow.
What do you think? What do you think, cause that, Nico?
I mean, all right, yeah, I watch most of the first half. I never really see the second half. And after them get the goal, I think Arsenal would have run away with the game. Then only if you see Leeds miss a penalty. So it seemed like Leeds could have get something out of the game. The first half, Leeds, they were defending properly. So I guess I don't know if the way the team was set up caught Arsenal off guard, and but they also look tired because Jesus he's putting in a whole lot. He's doing a whole lot of running, and so fast the games are coming at them, it's not as easy as it seems. Jesus is running a lot. Um, that injury, the head concussion with who was it? Simicast. That could
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's yeah.
I don't know if that I'm not going to say it, but I don't know if that is having any effect on him. But you can say they were a bit leggy, they were a bit tired. So but at the end of the day they get the job done. So it's just the next game now to see
Yeah.
how they come and play the next game, then we see
Yeah,
happening
and
from
that
there.
and and honestly, after Liverpool game and I saw Leeds game, and I said to myself that on paper this game might look easy, but these are the tricky games. These are the games where
yeah,
mentally you might tell yourself, so, okay, this is an easier game. When you go there, probably one of the most difficult games. They lose the game. You
But
understand?
sorry.
And coming up, you have Southampton and Nottingham Forest, right? I think Arsenal lost to these two teams last year as well.
last
You
season.
understand what I mean? In when they lose 4 from 5 in the second half of the season, in about March, I think like that. I think Southampton was one of the teams. I'm not sure if it was around that time. Now, Nottingham Forest beat them, but these are the games where you can't really, be too complacent. That these teams will come and they surprise you. And each time when I saw the Leeds game, I was like, this is a game you're supposed to win, but it can be tricky. So you have to be careful. And coming weekend against Southampton again, I think it's the same case. They will come and they will come very physical.
Yeah, but one of the reasons, the game they play in Tottenham, seeing how I don't think they went as hard against Tottenham as they did in the Liverpool game, but that Liverpool game, going as hard as you did to win
Yeah,
that
took
game
a lot of
wasn't
time.
easy. So
Yeah,
then going back to Leeds to do the same thing, you're not gonna get them to do that every week. A human man, them man a robot, brother.
yeah,
So,
that's true.
but playing
Um,
bad and still winning the game, you expect that, even that. Going
Yeah,
to Southampton, Southampton is not a team that should be beating Arsenal at the moment with their performance. I mean, anything can happen. And then Nottingham Forest after that. Even with bad games, Arsenal should be winning
they
these
should, yeah,
games.
they should come away with it.
So
Well,
basically,
the
they're
Arsenal we're
defending.
seeing now should.
Yeah, they should be
yeah,
able to defend properly. Whether they concede one or they should be able to
Go away with the
get
game.
whatever goals they need to get and just win them games easily.
yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
Once again, I gave myself bless up panel and viewers, bless up Wagwan. These teams are going to give their best against us. We are the team to beat. And that's like it comes that comes to bring me to another point. Our team's gonna look at how Leeds play us now and say, well, Leeds should have won this game. So we're going to kind of pattern what Leeds did in that second half and try, to throw off Arsenal the same way. So do you think teams will be watching that second half performance from Leeds and say, this is the blueprint to play Arsenal, the Southampton, the Nottingham Forest, this is how we are going to come and target Arsenal? Would you approach it like that, Barker? Let's say you're the coach for one of these teams.
Of course, the team at the top of the table. If anybody stop them, I have to go watch the blueprint. I have to find the blueprint somewhere somehow because me need 3 points and I can't make a run when left me. So definitely, as a coach or as a manager, I would definitely look at what Leeds did and try to replicate that to the best of my players' ability, and definitely come and play, as I say, play some physical ball game, play
Yeah.
some run hard ball game for Arsenal because right now them seem like them tired. Jesus no look like he wants to score a goal. So if me can come
Um,
and put in my chances,
yeah. Do you think Arsenal was lucky in that game? Because they never watched the second half. You watch the second half, Barker?
no, I say I catch the highlights.
You never watched
I
the
never
second half,
watch
yeah.
the second half.
But you see the incidents though. You see
Yes, yes.
the penalty call, which they did get a penalty. VAR,
Mhm.
ref didn't see it and VAR called it, but they got a penalty. And
Yeah.
once again, Nikhil, I'm coming to that. VAR, they went to check back. I mean, it was a penalty, and you could see it on Saliba face. It's like when the ball,
Yeah.
I think he thought defender was going to head it. So when the defender missed it or he dominated, I'm not sure what defender did. It caught him off guard, like him, and you could have see the reaction on his face, like him, I said, shh. Like him, I
Yeah.
said,
Like I say,
Jano.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it was a penalty and they got a penalty. I think the moment when they missed that penalty, I said Arsenal has to win this game. There's something in football where when it's going your way,
It's going
everything
here.
turn out in your favor. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
when Brentford threw that penalty, I'm like, Arsenal are going to win this game. Even though they were still coming at us, they were still beating the press, they were still, getting space in behind the team and all of that. Even though I've heard that leading up to play, one of the guys were outside. I cannot confirm. I don't get to check it back, but nevertheless, they got the penalty, so they could have scored and go 1-0. But in the last minute, I've complained a lot about Gabriel around the back line. Honestly, that was one of his better games. I think after Saliba handled the ball, he seemed a little bit off Saliba after that. And it was Gabriel, I think, really played well out of two of them that game. So even though I kind of, go at him on a weekly basis with the mistakes, he did play well until the last minute. Now, I'm sure you guys see the incident. I think Bramford did push him in the back. Him like go with too much force. So yes, it's a foul. Now, why in God's earth? 1 minute to go, you're leading 1-0. You are having the worst game of your season. No, you're basically getting away with 3 points here now. Why? He was one who initiated the foul. I know we're smart, we're ballers. So you see someone come in, you just stand the ground and let them run in there, you draw the foul. And that's what he did. You draw the foul, the player pushing it back, and you fall to the ground and you're going to kick up. What more can this player do to try and, break Arsenal momentum or cost us something? Because I can't understand why him do that. You get
Yeah,
a
me don't look at the update. You see the
and
red,
even
and
if
I
he get
say,
the foul now, what is it? Even if he didn't get the foul, right? The keeper would have gotten the ball anyway. He got it. So you have no reason to do what you do. Let me not understand. It's an
Sometimes the bed
emotional
burn up.
thing. I don't understand what's wrong with this brother.
yeah, I guess him just lost a bit of sense there. You have to just stay sensible and know what you want, yeah,
So
man.
that
And that was uncalled for.
It's
yeah, so,
unnecessary.
and
Seconds to go to the
the
game.
young ballers,
No, honestly, if them did say it's still a red card, I couldn't complain because him kick out. It's just that it never really
yeah,
hurt the player or anything. The player Bramford really made the most of it. But if them say we might kick the red card, we couldn't complain. And because of that, now him get a yellow card, and both defenders now and 4 yellow. 1 yellow and they miss
Yeah,
next game. If you get a yellow
and
card, get a sensible yellow card. You understand what I mean? Like
yeah,
these things,
Yeah, make sure it worth it in the game.
yeah,
Make
which
sure you're
work just never made a
chasing
sense. And he's
everything.
like I'm trying best to cost the team some a 3 points here or there or something. I don't understand him.
you want
But
some money already putting
you,
some.
you think the red you think VAR well it's not VAR card it, but do you think the referee was right to take back the red card though, even though you could have seen that yes him flash out a bit?
I think based on the nature of the game, um, it's good. To me, I think it's good to see a referee take a stance like that, especially with VAR around. Well, a lot of referees just low it up to VAR for to say, oh, make the decision. I
Well,
think it was good.
they're the one that called him, you know. They could have
Yeah,
done what they wanted to do.
yeah, but it would no say say it ago these days. But it was good to see that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think he him show some backbone, you know. You must say, oh, they need the game a run, you know. You must say Arsenal. Maybe say Gabriel try sell the game. So you must say, I know what, but now I make him sell it today. But you know, but
No, don't get me wrong, you know. The penalty was not going to be a penalty because he was fouled first, but the
yeah,
intent,
never gonna be a pen. But
yeah,
I
we just
mean,
say,
it's a money sport,
classification.
you know. It's a contact sport.
yes, some
And
some
men
ref
out there and something, some man, everything deserve a red card, yeah, man. The man never
yeah,
hurt Bamford. So, I mean,
them try to sell
some
it.
things,
Yeah,
him
yeah.
get the yellow.
He might try hard for cost the team. I don't know why. Like seconds to go, just relax. You draw the foul, you get the foul. Whether you get the card, I know Bramford never get the ball. So it was straight stupidity as when Nikhil said. I don't see why the man kick out. It doesn't never make no sense. I game and said the only thing we're lucky about was the fact that Gabby didn't get the red. Yeah, I think he was lucky not to for the red not to stand. I think the Bramford kicking away penalty was luck too, because it was a penalty. I thought he would have scored. If
If
him
him
scored,
not see that luck, if him not see that as luck, man, then.
no, the Bramford I see as Bramford penalty as luck. Man, keep penalty wide. Not even make the keeper make a save. No, that's a pure luck.
Yeah, definitely.
That I was one see that don't know Arsenal win the game. There are some things in the football they know. All right, this is just Arsenal day because them they are man them outplay off the park. You know, it was surprising and I just say it was still one of them day there. Imagine Shaka of all people had to calm him down. Well,
I'm saying.
the Shaka we always used to make these kind of mistakes. Yeah, that's how it goes still.
Yeah, the
People say
tracker
more
when
emotional
Arsenal
problem.
fan now want tonight club, eh?
People
Anyway.
people say more emotional problem. Gabriel, there's something about him when he play. I don't know. I feel like at one day I'm gonna cast the team. Every game him do something just off. Even Liverpool game, every single game, it just always that the team make up for it. But as I said before that point, he had a good game. Honestly, good game. Can they make some good block, some good tackle and all of that. And there's something that's got through the money. I don't know. But anyway, let's get to Nickel point now before we move to Liverpool game. I've been asking if Arsenal are contenders 2 weeks ago. Glad to see the Royal recognize it now. Now, before I say that, I did ask you, like, one thing about Arsenal now, and that was a part of it. Like, you see them win pretty, you see them win ugly. Do you think they are, 10 games in? Do you think they are title contenders, or they're just safe of top four?
Alright. To me, so far, them are lead the table. You have to just accept it for what it is right now. You have to give them props right now. They are leading the table. So, obviously, in themselves, without saying it, them are go, Arsenal fans themselves are going to say it. But then the rivals won't say, knowing Arsenal from the past.
Mm-hmm.
They will they're going to tell the Arsenal fans, say, Bridget, this is what always happen. You lead the table, January come, players injured, or you guys just drop farm and that's it, the whole thing turnover. City for the past couple of years, you know what can happen, but big turnaround and then before you know it, City gone with the 2 games, Arsenal lose a couple of games and then City and that's it. So
Mm-hmm.
you can't tell fans nothing. You can't tell the rival fans anything to convince them to say, oh, Arsenal is going to win the league. At the end of the day, Arsenal just have to come and prove that if it a gone. But at the moment, they are there, so
Okay.
It's just what it is right now.
Barker, so you think Arsenal are going to challenge City throughout the season, or at the moment, at this moment, you're sure that they're just safe for top four, but for challenge City, no. What do you think?
All right. I believe this season gonna be a two season in one. Because of the World Cup in the middle right there, and really and truly with whole heap of players that got a World Cup, you know, who are come back fit, who are come back injured. I believe that, as I said, they're safe for top four. I can say
Mhm.
that right now. Put that on the table. Challenging for the title, as I said, depends on what them doing in the January market and with the ball of them and stay fit. I believe that they can challenge at the end of it. But we're expecting to come through and win it. But they should be challenging at the end in May.
Okay, so I gave us a content for what? We are 10 games in. It's too early. Chelsea was leading up to November last year, then nothing. We had to take it one game at a time. Um, I mean, yeah, we understand that game, but based on what you see, how they're playing, is just an opinion of what you think. None of us know what's going to happen next month and December, so we don't know. And the football is round; anything can happen to anyone. Um, but I do, if you realize that's the Arsenal fan there, and he doesn't think they're contenders, because in my view, most persons that I've heard spoke as Arsenal fan doesn't come out and say. Maybe they think it, but they don't
Hmm.
say. Maybe they're afraid to say, "Yo, we're gonna compete for the title." Maybe they
Yeah,
don't want.
I think it's fair. I think
Yeah,
it's
maybe they're
fair.
afraid to
True.
say that, and then 3 months up the line, they're like,
Seventh
back to
place, I
yeah.
wonder what go on.
So for me personally, I think on my next podcast, I'm going to bring up the prediction for I had before the season start. I had them third or strong second, if I remember correctly, and I still stand by that at the moment, even though they're leading. But I think they can be in the conversation coming next year, as long as they finish this year at the top of the table, as in go to World Cup at the top, just the same, reinforce in January. So they have to get a proper midfielder for Party, and they have to get at least one more winger just in case a Saka or Martinelli should get injured. And I really do think they need a striker, that an out and out striker, to change something at some point. There are some games that are going to be really difficult, and we have seen where Gabriel Jesus, people target him in games, and I do think it's a player that can play for a forward. So I think they need to get an out and out striker. So in some games they can change the approach, get that big forward, and have a Gabriel running in and around as a supporting forward or something. I think they need a difference. If you're going every game with the same approach, I think you're going to get caught at some point. And you see, Leeds almost catch them off guard. So I think they need a proper midfielder, a winger, and an next forward. I think if they can get at least two or all of those players in January while still leading, they can be in the conversation going down in the season. But as I say, it's very early. So I'm not one of them where I'm going to say, yo, we're title contenders. We're leading. So I think rightfully we should come out and say we can win the league. Because you're leading after 10 games, you have to be confident. But, with the difference with the Arsenal and the Liverpool and the Man City is that Liverpool and the Man City have shown that they have done it before. So we can easily say Man City have done this 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5 seasons. So yes, they can come and win. 4 points is nothing to them. But can we say Arsenal is going to keep a 4 point lead? We have not seen it. So we cannot make the same assumption as we would have made for a Man City, because we have seen Man City done it season after season. So any Man City fan can easily say, 4 points Arsenal, don't just go and hold up and leave now. We soon come. We can't kill them
But
for saying.
the,
But for
the, the
Arsenal
tricky
fan,
oh sorry.
yeah, but for Arsenal fan come out and say we're gonna run out the league now, people will look on them and say like, yeah, sure. Yeah, lead by 4, but yeah, sure. It are more questionable. So that's where I stand. If we can keep the lead going into the new year and get reinforcement, I think we can be in a conversation going down in the season. That's just how I feel. At the moment, we are playing good. but we need a plan B. We need an effective plan B. I just think that. So that's my take on that.
The tricky part about this league, and when we go up to the point to me, I say Liverpool and a Man City, we even there back 10 points. And
Yeah,
January come and then the whole thing change. I wonder why them man you just can't stop winning now. Why them just start winning so all of a sudden
and they
everything I go
find
there
the
and
rhythm.
not
Yeah,
stop. If you
yeah.
look on this World Cup, a whole heap of players are gonna get called up. Depending on how far certain players go into the competition, they won't be back in them starting team. I mean, most of City players probably.
Go.
Alan won't be going to the World Cup for sure. One,
Yeah,
a couple of Liverpool players won't be going to the World Cup. Salah, well, Diaz injured. We don't know where he's coming back. But Diaz not going to the World Cup either. No,
yeah.
Jota not going to the
Jota
World Cup
now
either.
going in.
So
So
when the
you
league
guys can have a
starting back,
lot of fresh legs coming at least 3-4 months up the line. Like a lot of fresh legs coming back in the team.
so a certain Liverpool at the moment I got a couple back of them players starting January where a City, but Arsenal, how much players Arsenal are gonna have back? Will Arsenal have their strongest team after the World Cup going
Um,
into the
Shaka
winter?
going, Party going, Saliba going, Ramsdale going, Saka already. I'm not sure about the others
Shaka.
as yet. The others questionable so far, but those sure to go that are almost half of the starting side. So as I say, that are important as well. Um, all right, we go move on to City. Spurs, I should say quickly. Do you think Spurs not get enough credit? I mean, they have been playing under the radar. Them not play great, but them win. This is actually their greatest start as well to a Premier League season.
Yeah, we forget them, right?
Yeah, this is their best start in a Premier League season as well, and they are tied on points with City. No, we can't compare City with Tottenham, but they are tied on points with City, and that's just a fact. You get me, I say? So, are they getting enough credit at the moment? Everybody praise the Arsenal and I say, "Oh, they might play great."
Yeah, to me, them are get enough. When I see them I do, at one point, me just say, yo, them. I mean, contest still, for me, the only reason they might stand a chance at the end of the day is because of Kante. Kante, he is the man. The
Yeah.
man known to do this and carry him, him just secretly carry him team go do things where you don't expect him to do.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, them just now, and then when you look on the Arsenal game, you'd have, for title contenders or for do, you'd have expect them to. Emerson still look like a blasty. Emerson, the mistake from your, you don't expect that from a team looking for the challenge for the title or just make them put them presence up front. So them, yeah, them I get the credit. They not deserve no more than them again.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
I can agree. I can agree. Where Tottenham has made the most transfers out of the top six.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Right?
They were the
Them
winners
have
in transfer season.
yeah, them by like a whole squad. Them are a whole starting team. And them they were them there. So you can't really say, oh, them deserve more praise than them again. Yeah, them
Them
tired one point.
supposed to do what them do.
Yeah,
That's what
because
they
you
say.
spend the money for do this. You see, if you never dare do it, then fair bash you. Because you spend the money for do it. But you spend the money for do. So kudos to you.
I think George Taylor said it's good to reserve some of the excitement, especially when you know your team's reputation. However, based on the current form that Arsenal is on, all their fans should
That's
have
not
some
much what from me.
Hey.
I mean, it goes to say what me I say. It's like some teams have done it, so you can easily say, "Yo, them are gonna do it."
Yeah, it's
Some,
the thing I say about the rivals. There's nothing
yeah,
you can tell them to convince them, say,
no,
yo,
but after allow, I mean, if I came here and say Arsenal are going to win the league or we are title contenders, I don't think it's right for you guys would have dismissed that because I am leading. I think any Arsenal fan that confident that the Arsenal can win, they should be. This is a moment when they should enjoy, playing good and getting the results. If that's how you feel, I think they have all the right to express themselves that way. You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you're leading and they're playing well. They beat Liverpool, they beat Tottenham. them are play good football, them are grind results, them are winning all different, departments. So if Arsenal fan want to express themselves that way, I don't think nothing is wrong with that. That's just how you feel and you're confident in your team, right? But
We know that boy don't.
for most who are watching over there, kind of hold back a bit because they need to see more. It's like most of us need to see the team within that reach in May before we say. it's like
Yeah.
you don't know when the moment they can say yes, I fully trust, the Arsenal. But as me say, me would know how to judge it after January if they make the reinforcements. Otherwise, I'm that they might have like a problem. But back to the Spurs, George. Um, I don't think they're being discredited. Spurs. I think the reason why a lot of people not make much noise about them is the way they are playing. I think the Everton game was one of the best game of the whole season because them control that game, especially for the second half, a lot more than most other games. Most of the games, the other team, were a lot more involved
Everton,
than a chance.
the
That
deal
game,
with it.
Everton
The
can,
state of Everton, we expect that first.
yeah,
And
but
they
just
still look bad.
from Spurs' perspective, that was one of them better games. So most of the times for this season, them just look flat and them scrape a win. And that's why people don't really make much noise about them. And as Barker said, the amount of transfer they make, and they have such a great coach who have a great track record. You're supposed to win games, with the players they have. You're supposed to win games. So by just winning games, most people are not going to make much noise about it. You have to give us more than that. You have to show us that the way you're playing it's different. You're up another level than just the regular Tottenham, and that's why I feel like most people not pay them much mind. But
Yeah, them not sure. I know them still
yeah,
no. Them
still in
still
that
stay.
first gear basically, and they might
Them
get the
leagues. Who
thing.
them lose in the Champions League?
They lost to I think a Porto.
Porto, yeah.
No, I put no, not put Sporting. Sporting.
At a Port
Porto
or
got a team.
yeah, one of those teams they lost to.
And
And that
then
game
you
was
see the,
poor. They were really poor. And a good point, Nico, because they are yet to beat a top six team. Most people turned that at Arsenal a couple of weeks ago. That all of a sudden that gone in the dark and nobody not mention it anymore. But Tottenham haven't beat a top six team as yet. They drew with Chelsea. Um, they're playing Manchester United, I think, weekend coming. Or this week. This week. Yeah, Wednesday. So we're yet to see if they are actually ready as well, because they're not. If they were playing, the fluent and attacking and they're beating teams convincingly that Arsenal were doing, I could have an argument for them like I did for Arsenal before Arsenal beat the top 16. But I can't have the argument for them no, because they have yet to show us that in a game like we're ready to an extent. We know them have Keane and Son and Richarlison and all those players, so they're supposed to play a
they're
certain.
not Richarlison no more.
I'm injured.
Yeah. You
He's
want
a
to
very
miss the World
strong
Cup
player.
too.
Oh, really?
I gave him a say Spurs are getting results, but it doesn't seem
Yeah, it not
it's the
balance out.
way.
'Cause
Yeah, as I said, that Everton game was their best game this season in my
him
view.
left Brighton match a crying.
Mm,
On crutch. Can't
no,
walk.
once my cry no go. All right, so we're going to finish off now. We're going to join. Let's just stop in a Man U a little bit before we say we're going to finish. So Man U draw against Newcastle. What do you think about that game? Ronaldo started his third game for the season, and Manchester United dropped their third set of points.
Yeah.
Is
When
Man
I
U?
expect that,
I don't know.
What do you
I
think
don't
of the
know what's
Manchester
happening
United
down
now?
there.
brother man. We take
I mean, they beat Arsenal. They've been getting results just like the Tottenham. They were getting results. They might not be playing like the Arsenal the City are play, but them they get results and all of that. And they might get the results as well in a UEFA Cup. Them score I think 93 minutes with it. But are they doing enough going forward to convince us that they will make top four? Because I mean, they have a team that should be competing to be in top four. Should be even in the conversation based on the way
I
they started,
don't.
do a little bit more than they're doing now.
I don't believe. I don't know. Is it the players? But we say that we're talking about this every season now for the last couple of seasons where we're unsure if the players are the coach. I'm not sure if the coach them can do. The coach can coach them players, yeah. Or the players them want to play for that coach, yeah. But something not right down there. Um, as I say, there is it that Ronaldo need to go, or them need to start play a film, but something now go on right, and it a show. It a show everybody every match. It a show whether them win or them lose. It's showing. So I don't know. I don't know what to say about them.
So Nico, what do you think about Manchester United? Is it going to be a season-long competition for top four, or
Well,
they're going to come on and cement themselves
cement themselves which part?
among the top four, top three teams?
The top half of the table.
Alright. Well, one of the things we can't kill them still. Newcastle are play good, and it's not like
Yeah, good team.
Man you are play above to any extent or we can say, yeah, Man you supposed to go and win the game. Yeah, them have the players them to do the job, but it's not like there's nobody there playing exceptionally well. Newcastle now gonna give them the space where some of the other big teams will give them and allow them to try catch them on the counter. So I mean, them get the point. Probably was a good point for Newcastle as well. I
They
don't
should
think
have
we
gotten
should
three
even,
though.
I don't think we should we should even be killing. Who?
Um,
Yeah, the
that
game was supposed to go. Two mid-table team
Sally
at
saw
the
the
moment.
goal. That was disallowed. You mute. You mute.
Oh, sorry. No, I didn't get a chance to watch the Manchester United game.
Oh,
Honestly,
it was
yeah.
yeah, man. It was I'll send it to you, but I think that goal should have stood. It was played. The ball was played, and then the keeper stood up and Christie went and put the ball in the goal.
Okay,
Then there,
I'll take a look at it when
yeah,
I
man.
finish.
But
But Josh Taylor said one Josh Taylor, why did you have to single out the ball like that? The coach can do so much and no more. I think he's referring to Ronaldo, right?
yes, I believe so.
And the reason why I singled him out because he was unhappy when he came off, and I was going to get to that point. He was
Yeah, but
really
why?
showed his
Apart of the
frustration.
reason, the games them that Man U win, he was not on the field. So where you left anybody per se. The man is just not up to his normal standard anymore at the age of 37. No matter how anybody else want to play at the age of 35 or whatever. The man has put in so much over how much years? 18 years or probably 18, 19 years. How much more he can give or how much more
But
in
20
mind can
years,
tell
man,
him
I
and
play
can give.
for around 16, 17, in my
So
play growing
was
up.
Rashford injured? I don't
No,
even sure if
Rashford came on.
He came
why
on.
Rashford didn't start. Why him change
Good
all of a
question.
sudden? Because so the coach are falter under pressure now as well. You already made up your mind about certain things. Why you trying to change it to please the
Yeah,
media or to
like
please the so
I
you
thought
haven't
he was
seen football.
a show kind of coach. I thought he was a serious man
Mm.
kind of coach. He was like,
So
yo, you're not in a game, so you're not in a game, bro. Shouldn't have
he's supposed
attitude.
to
But
have put Maguire in a centre back.
yeah, like the media or the fans or some so people are pressuring
Brother
on him
man,
and
if
give
if
way.
something
And it's
not
a
work,
show.
if something not work, make it work till it stop work. You know, just change it back. Guys, for me, if Rashford dep on the field and a score, I will go kick the ball, give Rashford, I'm gonna go work 90 minutes. I'm gonna run 50, 60 yards and go score. I go play till it stop working.
That work. All right. So
So
George Taylor said, on any given day, it's up to the set of 11 players on that pitch at any given time to execute and bring their respective teams the desired results. I mean, good. I understand, Judge. All right. The thing is, what we think Ten Hag get wrong is the fact that I can't understand it. Manchester United playing Omonia, a team that finished sixth or
yeah,
seventh
we see
last season,
Sancho. We see the best player them with them have right now
sixth
on the field.
or seventh in their league last season, and currently sixth or seventh in the league. I checked it when they were playing the UEFA Cup game, right? And you are feeling your best 11,
Best
basically,
11. When we see,
against
when say wait,
Omonia. I couldn't believe it. And he did it 2 weeks straight. He did it away and he did it at home. So it forced him to make changes on the weekend because he keep playing all the first 11 players against Omonia, a side that I didn't even know of
I
before I
didn't
saw
even
them
know
in
of
the
that
UEFA Cup
side.
group.
When
So
I saw the notification, I say, oh,
so that is why he maybe he was forced to start Ronaldo in one of these Premier League games because he kept on playing all these players in the UEFA Cup game, I saw Arteta doing it a little as well, But at least Bodo Glimt have showed in recent times that they can actually play. And the pitch that we played on wasn't the best of pitch, so maybe he needed a little experience in the team as well to play them. But Manchester United playing Omonia, I don't know this team. I do not know this team from nowhere. And I checked the league that they're playing in, and they are sixth, and they finished sixth, seven last year. I don't even know how they reached the UEFA Cup, honestly. So that's why he was forced to make certain changes in the Premier League. And maybe that's why he was forced to play Ronaldo. I don't know why Rashford didn't start. Honestly, I don't. Um, but he actually fielded one of his best 11 against Omonia on both occasions in the UEFA Cup. And you mean to tell me that your bench cannot play this team? Why didn't you play Maguire and Lindelof them in that game? And some of those, well, it did eventually show that he needed top players got they only scrape 1-0. But you should be able to motivate your
Better we
players.
skip this, Better we skip this.
But it did show eventually that maybe they did need it at their first 11 because they were forced to score a late win at 93rd minute. But I mean, there's a reason why you have a squad. And why do you have a 2020 odd player squad if you can't trust some of them to go and play UEFA Cup against the money? It makes no sense to me. So I think that was the biggest mistake from the get go, and it forced him to probably shuffle the team on the weekend. We never know. Maybe they still would have drew the game if they rested players against Omonia, but they
I
still
say still,
and you
Newcastle
a good team. They're very
been
good
a player good.
and they
So
are very good players.
it's a good point for both teams because it's not like
Yeah.
Newcastle. The Newcastle right now have a lie down and make
Any of
Man
these
will beat them, especially this
But
Man U.
even what give your team the best chance to win the game, and I think he should have rested some of those players. That every single game, Anthony is on the starting lineup and he's playing at least 80 minutes every single game. I know he's someone that you have played with. It's one of maybe he knows what you want, but he cannot play every game. The players need to rest and refresh and come again for the important games. So I'm waiting to see if next week he's going to feel that his best 11 again in UEFA Cup and then play all of these Premier League games back to back to back with his best 11. Eventually, they're going to burn out. All of that energy that we saw against Liverpool and against Arsenal and these teams in the earlier part, they're going to burn out. They can't play like this every week if you keep playing it every 3 days. It makes no sense. I gave myself the money a big bad CR7 and scrape a win against Ammonia. Yes, gotta leave that alone. All right. So Liverpool now. Liverpool, Man City. Liverpool started the season really bad. I mean, my personal view on that is because Liverpool have played every single game possible last season that a team could ever play in football. And I think the team is kind of burned in that case. I think based on the way, our club play, he requires a lot from these players. And they played a lot of games last season. And then they got some early injuries in the new season. And I think all of these things combined, just the team just was very off. Watching the game against Arsenal last week, though, especially the first half, I was saying, that with the Jota coming back and all of that, I think the team they're looking better than they look in the earlier part of the season.
But
That's
I
what,
can't now again.
and you know, yes, Arsenal eventually came away winners, and but the first half, especially I said last season, I could see that they're finding but a rhythm of how they're playing. Because honestly, they were toe-to-toe with Arsenal in the first half last week, and they got their goals. So this week coming up against Manchester City, most teams have it that we see Arnold he was said to be injured, Matip injured, so they've gotten some fresh injuries again going into that game. And City 100%, as I've said, they're flying. So most people have it that City would run away with it. And that wasn't the case. City got 1-0. Thanks to the King Salah. I always find a way to do it. But what do you think though, as a Liverpool man, Nico? Having a very bad season in recent times. This is not you guys. It might be a case where you're like, I wonder that 30 years you're gonna start again. What do you
Yeah, I
think?
remember say I can't say this I know.
Hold on, I'm gonna finish question. what do you think about the game? Was it a case where Liverpool just felt like they needed to win this game? This game was that important that they could not afford to lose the game, or City was just too complacent and they thought it was probably over before
I
the
mean,
game
it's a lot of things, we can speculate as much as we want. I mean, yeah, they need to win the game. I don't think it was that with them have to win, but they needed to win because the fans need something to bring them back. And then this is City. Them are gonna come and play them best. I think Liverpool finally defend. That was part of what make a big difference in the game. Them come and defend, and everybody can see that they yes, Man City still ever get chance. That's Man City, and when these two teams comes, them are gonna attack each other, and you're gonna see chances are created. But Liverpool do something they haven't been doing for most of the games this season. Even the Brighton game, 3-3, where the goals them just are come easily.
yeah.
So to see them come and defend the way they defend, it made a big difference into the game. We didn't give up any easy chance. Wherever chance City got, they had to work for it, and that was the big difference in the game. And what end up with a bit of luck, yeah, it just turned our way and got the 3 points.
Barca, do you think Klopp should keep Arnold on the bench just to keep winning and to keep defending? Because that, as Onika said, most of Liverpool fan I heard they say that Liverpool actually wanted to defend in that game, and that's why they win. Do you think you should keep Arnold on the bench to keep winning or to get back that rhythm that they had?
Um, I don't know. It's a hit and miss, but as I said, they wanted to play defensive, and they came out and they did it with this. But I think for them strong, these are them strongest defensive showing I've seen from Liverpool in a while. So
Yeah.
definitely, maybe that's the move. To get the best defensive showing, but put him in a midfield, and that might end up being, you get me, it end up helping them. So
I've heard that suggestion. Why not play him in
yeah,
midfield and done?
yeah,
But
just play him
what
in
you
the
ever take out a midfield and put him? Think he just need a rest, man. He need a big rest, man. You
but
think, man, you see me? You need to trim too.
the game Liverpool come and them defend, them come to do what them say to do. Them do them work and them get them point. Them get them points. You get me, Anna? I say go the ball game run, but at the end of the day, I say it's it.
So, as a City fan, Barca, when you watch the game, were you pleased with how your team are played? It's just that Liverpool come and then you want it more.
No, not really. There's a lot of free roaming happening, and I say it all the time. Anytime you see City lose an important game, I Pep overthink it all the time. It's always Pep overthinking. If him go to the play and play every week, City don't lose an important game, really. And him have Bernardo Silva playing roaming. At one point, I see Bernardo Silva, I tell Alan to go on the wing, and I understand how. I see Gundogan roaming as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you can have that against a Liverpool team. Yes, they're not playing good, but Liverpool them play to a system, and that's what you're going to get for 90 minutes. You get me? And I
Mm-hmm.
think a lot of the time City was playing, but they weren't playing how they're supposed to because Pep have the man them out there do X, Y, and Z. When all them fair do is A. But
I mean, Haaland got two headers in the first half that you expect him to score, though. I
yes,
mean,
definitely.
if City scored one of those goals, then probably would have been a different case. Um, but I gave myself Pool has been competitive in all competitions for several seasons and have not done much to freshen up the squad. They are burnt out. Good
Yeah,
win for them.
especially the midfield to somewhat.
I think they absolutely needed that win. The gap would have been too large with a loss. Yeah, two good points because they're not freshening up enough. And as I said, they desperately they need. To me, I think Liverpool losing that game would be really, 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 really
Devastating.
bad.
So,
They
part
will
of
be
the
Liverpool. Listen what about it. Liverpool losing that game, they will be 17 points behind Arsenal.
that would have been too
and
much.
what no 14. Well,
behind City.
17 and 16 because Man City would have win.
Yeah, City that win, yeah. So
So
that be
it's gonna be
16.
16 points behind Manchester City. So they would have been way off the pace. I'm telling you, you know. So I think that one for the confidence and two for creeping the 3 points closer to the top four. I think it was a big win for them. You don't want to lose to Arsenal and then City back to back. That's two teams that would have been in areas that you want to be, and they basically push that further from you. So I think it was a game that they needed to win, in my view. Otherwise, they would have been in problem. And you have seen in recent conferences, Klopp just doesn't look like himself. He looked really stressed. And the last there again, he didn't even look happy after the win. That's to show you, he never looked happy. I don't know if because of a red card, but the club after a win is a club jolly and
Yeah,
all.
I'm probably still next for the red card, man. I mean, I know a silver swing pan the man.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he,
You see, if
losing
anybody's
that
still in
game,
it.
right? Remember him bench Anna, him bringing Gomez and Milner. Imagine losing that game. He would have been saying to himself, then Anna start and lose. Anna bench and lose. Now go home and I say, what else to do? He would have kind of still
Yeah.
all over the place. So now he probably have a blueprint times. All right, we can start this way and get this kind of performance. So this win kind of, I think, do a lot for him and do a lot for the team confidence. I mean, Jota injured again, another injury problem for them again. Nunes not looking like a player that seemed to make a difference for them.
Hey, Nunes a Lukaku
He
2.0,
got
you know, man.
we got at least 3 or 4 breakaway to just play
Yeah,
some
but the
pass.
problem is, if him young, man, you can say it as sure. The media or somebody are getting him head.
Oh,
Somebody might listen to
no,
too much different people.
that's a lame
Because
issue. Lame
you
issue.
get three clear chance. Why not pass the ball to Salah?
Just some simple passes.
Why kick the ball? Let's kick the ball up on the defender.
And I carry the ball a certain
Real
place from
basic.
some angle.
But
Like
then I
just
Yeah,
spite.
yeah. Him
just play
think,
this
him
pass.
believe in him head, say him and Alan can compare. In him head,
Alright.
and that I get to him.
No, I think
Alan,
eventually no. I don't
I
think he
don't think
minded this. No, I think maybe when the season just start, but right now he's for the work by yourself. I don't think he might be.
comparison, yeah, we're not gonna compare him to Alan, but him can score goal. We're not gonna say him gonna score 14 goal like we're not gonna expect him to match Alan numbers. But
Mm.
Nunes,
No,
Uruguayan, come and play about score your goal then because it's not like him is not a goal scorer.
man.
If we're gonna talk about then we can say the same thing about Diaz. We can say the Diaz are come from the same league and Diaz come perform. We watch him against Liverpool him score a goal. So whether you score as much as a Alan or anybody else, score the amount of goal you supposed to score. Just score your chances, make the right play. It's as simple as
I
that.
just pass the football.
Just pass the ball. That's
It
an
was as
assist.
simple as that. City get 3-0 easy. Sunday if you man just make
Bad
some
man,
simple
it's
passes.
as me tell you, say still something in him head in the game because why kick the ball this up on the defender.
It was really
You
poor
see,
again. Man.
yeah, you
Really
see the
poor.
one of him try chip. Let me see him try chip, and I was
It
like, wait,
was
a chip,
poor. Like I
But
couldn't believe.
you
But
see for me still,
mhm,
see for me, I think the second once him settle himself and just find him feet and just find the confidence to just play some football, he will
I think he
score
might
goal.
get the chance. I think he might get the chance. But,
Liverpool's knowing this era of football and how the fans them stay. I mean,
yeah, I think he
Liverpool
might get the
spending
chance.
100 million on Nunes. We don't know what that happened and why. But
mhm.
I think it's a gift to the man them gift. Did we need Nunes? We don't even know because we have Jota and Firmino as three centre forward. We have this and now.
And I was going to that, wait a minute. So quick second. For all the people online, thank you guys for watching. Please like the video. Please like the video and share the stream. 1 second there, quickly. Yeah, what I was getting to, right? He was going to take off Salah Club. 11 actually come up on the board. and I don't know if it was a mistake, and he said no.
No,
Stay.
I bet I need to take off Salah, and maybe Nunes will score then for real.
go away.
The point is, Salah eventually seemed like he was playing more centrally after that, right?
Let me play centrally from the first half still, innit?
Okay. So my question is, of all the weeks gone by when Salah out on the touchline, not involved in any goal scoring opportunities, why he never try him as in the middle as centre forward?
That man have 3 centre forward. Man have Firmino, Nunes,
Remember,
and Jota.
Jota was injured. Firmino was injured. But for all those weeks,
Oh yeah, he
Salah
played
is
Nunes.
on the touchline, not even a beat a player. Why not carry him inside? Salah have shown over the past couple of seasons that when they bring him in the middle, you must score.
We do that.
Yeah. Can't understand why I'm not carrying the middle more
But
often.
let me understand still, but it's why we never get a midfielder. In this hole now, man, I realize that. In this now Milner hole now, you know. Of Milner just a cost. Well, him play a good weekend, we can't tell that fine.
We
Yeah,
spoke
man, they're saying to
about
play, man.
we
And
spoke
they're saying
about
to
these
play right
coaches.
back. And can fly kick the man them round there. So instead of me I make like feel a pressure at the side. Some of them games they will lose, you know. It's because of Milner all alpha one. You know,
On the same wing. But we spoke about these coaches, you know, they tend to want to keep the players that have done it for them. They don't really like to change. I don't
How
know.
much more Milner can do, brother?
He showed it Sunday.
What? All right, you know, you're right. We'll wait till
He
next
showed
week.
Sunday. He played good. Yeah, so I mean, he did go and play good. So,
But yeah, I have a point, you know. That game there, the City game now, where when you look on it, the commentators were basically where the man them said, and you can see it. The man them just basically them try to get De Bruyne out of the game. You can't get 11 players out of the game because if you do, there's a 4, then he will come and him do it. There's a Silva and Alan still there. Alan still there in Migla if you don't go boss in it because he got chance that Alisson stood up and I think at the best game Alisson have so far. When you look at it now, is it that when the man then goes to boom and keep a De Bruyne out of the game? Because it seems like City had changed them game now to the point where they go supply Alan, you know.
Good point.
He's to the point now.
Man play directly for us to swing the ball in the box.
If you go to boom and say, oh, you're bringing Alan to win the Champions League. And we see this now where Liverpool just do it. Them cut out Alan and De Bruyne out of the game. Yes, Foden score and it was. But when you go to boom and you go to a team now where them are going to defend on that day. Or them come and play good on that day and them defend. So is it that now the case now where the ball game, City change them ball game where it's not the fluent City where anybody can turn up and do it. Then change the ball game.
Line and cut it back and
directly to Alan. So when the man cut, is it now that the case now? That's what happened.
No man. Remember after the commentation, you know, we were on here now, and he asked it, you know, say how City are gonna play with Haaland being that same play this fluid ball game. Haaland's hat-trick. Well, 2 hat-trick them. How 2 of the goal them in those hat-tricks were scored. Cut back on the penalty spot, cut back on the 6-yard box. They're still doing it, but they're not doing it in that predictable manner as before. Where now De Bruyne can string the ball from 35 yards and Alan run onto it. Rather than him name up a Sterling, where he might put it on him foot 2 yards out and 50-50 if he miss. You get me? So now them kind of changed up a little bit and Haaland give them the option for not have to bring the ball in the box and put it from up.
That's true. We're seeing where the target is a lot more. The approach is more direct.
The approach get direct now. If you look on Van Dijk, you know, another match. That's even the same thing that led to the Liverpool goal. The De Bruyne swinging the cross there in Simeon a couple of weeks ago. More than one of them where De Bruyne, he just find De Bruyne at the back post, Alan at the back post where nobody never see it.
The goal came from a free kick.
Yeah, was it the free kick or the cross? Which one?
No man, it was a free kick, man. It was a flat free kick. De Bruyne threw it in Allison caught it and just
Listen,
kick it
all
one
right.
time.
And else, but there was even one before that now where Van
Yeah,
Dijk block a couple of them. So that's the point where we try to get to now. Where we see them a swinging the cross there. Alan a come from now out of nowhere. Him athletic, he might pick them up with a high or low. But what we are saying now, what gonna happen when the man them a cut them out? Because it just
All right.
definitely seemed like the ball game a
Yeah.
switch.
And that's true,
It
Nico.
make
Observe it
Alan
as well.
comfortable.
Observe it as well, Barker. Because the thing is, as I said, them still try play, the tap, go down, cut it back. Them try play too, but you can see, say, the approach
they
is a
might try
lot
and make
more
Alan
because
score.
them really want to feed Alan, right? So, and you have to know when you play ball, it's what do you call it again? It's where your mind and your body used to. It's like you get too accustomed to doing something, you
Yeah.
start to use it a lot more because that's how you play more now. So you'll find that the players out there, even though them used to play a certain way, the fact they might use the direct approach more now in most games. That are gonna be the first instinct
Yeah.
movement. That gonna be the first action come to mind. To just swing it early. You understand what I mean? So them off it. I think the best way to avoid that is to play without him come more or play with a different
And
system.
I think Pep has seen that. I
Yeah,
believe that after even before with him the Liverpool game, I seen where him have him a come deeper. Like the Gabriel Jalafedo, when him come
yeah,
deeper in the field, they
And
touch
you
down
know,
pass. Yeah.
yeah.
that's why you are smelling leak.
You get me? So him have him a do that kind of play
Yeah.
versus just being the target man and playing off of the shoulder.
Yeah,
So
you must change it up
I
because
still for a season, I still
you'll
does 10
find
games. Well, I know
you'll
I still does 10
Mhm.
games.
That's true.
So we still is still room for work. But
Yeah.
the ball them I do it. So
Yeah, man. But you can
Liverpool
see,
give
watch
us-
it, you can see them and say, yo, Alan did it, swing it in. You can see.
yeah. All the
Yeah,
time.
man, that's
De
it, man.
Bruyne especially.
Yeah, man,
You
I
can
fly
see.
the ball up
Ball
on top of the ball over the top of the goal, and the man I kick the ball and the goal. See me, yeah, so.
Yeah, man,
You see,
them bad,
De
bad.
Bruyne FIFA a Ballon d'Or yesterday. We were like him there,
Yeah,
cause
that's it.
that's another De Bruyne's instinct where we just want a big foul that we can put the ball on.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
what I say.
Liverpool just need to buy Mbappe now, put him on the left.
But as you
They
said
make
that,
Alan have swing them cross.
well, as I said that, I literally saw something today from France where they must say Man City must have go try the outrageous to try and get Alan January. And I'm just
Mbappe.
like, yes, well, Mbappe, sorry.
Nah, I got him.
What are you kind of drama there right now, bro? I'm
Nah, I
madness.
got him. Nah, I got him.
Cheat
Nah, I
code.
got him.
Yeah,
FIFA can't allow that.
Nah, I
UEFA
got
can't allow it.
him.
UEFA can't allow it.
yeah,
Honestly.
I forgot to sit down and watch the league. I watch City every week. I'm excited to watch nobody else.
No, what else?
There's no Premier League anymore.
The joke thing, then you turn in the official Bush League.
We
Yeah.
are farmers. Literally.
Anyway, quick prediction before we go. Chelsea versus Brentford.
Easily Chelsea, man. Brother,
Braga.
what kind of magic you have? Harry Potter body of fuck. Sorry. We see the man goes a book. The man that play the Premier League like the man goes a bad up, who make 3 change 45 minutes in the Premier League? The man, when the man bad start Cucurella fuck. The man,
You know, honestly, I saw him did go on at Brentford, you know.
brother, man. The man, let me tell you something about the man's body.
Fantastic thing there, you
The
know.
man,
And
the
he
man-
see it work.
Me a close out now, so me ask you prediction. Win, lose, or draw.
Chelsea win.
Nah,
Chelsea
man, you
win.
can't put your money on Chelsea. Better lay money on Chelsea tomorrow, man.
Liverpool, West Ham.
Liverpool, yeah, me even answer that one there back.
I think Liverpool will have that one. Then probably they might come off our eyes, so then probably have that one. Then I back
Confident.
see away.
Man United, Spurs.
May I get on there for draw still? Because the two of them not good.
That look like a one draw game, but then you
Yeah,
don't
seem
know.
like a 2-all draw to me.
With all of that speed, them man, you might just run past Dyer them round there and get a 2-1, or Spurs might just give them a 2-1. So
Hurricane and come out, man. 2-all.
it's a draw, yeah, man. You know.
All right. All right, so that's it for us today. Let's see how these games play out this week. No Arsenal, no Man City midweek
Yeah,
games.
hey, me say, I'm
The
sorry
games
that game
postponed.
not playing sim, man.
I honestly hope it was playing though. I think it would be a very good game. So thanks again, Barker. Thanks again, Nico, for passing through and have a discussion with me here. I'll see you guys soon. And thanks for everyone that passed through and share their view and their comments. Um, I'll see you guys on the weekend. Peace out.